I have wanted this hood for the longest time. I think this particular iteration came out in Focaccia or Gethsemane. Doesn't matter. The point is, I finally got it. A lot of brand has been making these sorts of hood. Rick isn't the first one, of course, but I think he was one of the first to bring it back. I wanted to support Rick Owens. He's my favorite. For God's sake, he's on my Bodhi jacket. That's how much I love him and his brand. This hood, I have loved this hood since I first saw it because I have a very strong aversion to Beanie. My hair, it gets sweaty and then itchy from the lack of air, so I need to take them off sooner rather than later, which isn't what I want, because you wear a beanie because you want to keep your head warm, but you don't want the itchiness. Anyway, I'm hoping this will solve my coldness problem without making my head sweaty and itchy and my hair. I like my hair. When I wear a beanie, it flattens it out. It looks stupid. There are a few versions of these hoods. Some are mohair, some are more aesthetic with a lot of holes. The version I got is the cashmere wool and doesn't have big gaping holes. I am not a big fan of mohair blend anymore, or the version with lots of holes, because they seem to be more decorative than functional. Plus, mohair is exponentially more itchy and it has that unique smell to it. It's not good nor bad, it has a smell to it. And with this hood, I am buying it for the functional aspect before the aesthetic. I believe I got the right blend or material, but I am open to ordering the mohair one day just to, to compare them. Will it fit me? I have a really, really big head and I'm very, very concerned with the one size situation. Luckily though, I got this in a regular sale and not final sale, so if it doesn't fit, I will simply return it. Ideally, I would have loved Rick to release these in different sizes, because then I would just get the extra large. Warmthness, I am worried about it. On top of the sizing, I am looking forward for this hood to replace my need for hoodies or beanie. I like hoodie, but they don't look good without my jacket. I enjoy wearing my jacket as it is, and then when you put a hoodie underneath, it looks a bit more informal, looks a bit more streetwear. So I want this hood to be really, really warm. So even on a cold day, I won't need a beanie underneath, but the shape, the way it is, because if it fits how I want it to be, which is to overwhelm my head, it won't be tight. But if it fits too tight, I won't like the aesthetic, because I want it to be oversized. So it's a bit nerve-wracking. It's a lot going on. I'm very, very nervous about this one size fits all. I want it to be a bit like overkill, like keep me so warm and keep the hood so big on my giant head already. I want it to be like this big and not like form-fitting. Itchiness. So material is 90% cashmere, 3% wool. This is the same blend as my Tommy sweater. That sweater does itch me a little bit. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say a 2. Very rarely will I feel it itch, but it does happen. And on top of that, this is going to be closer to my nose and mouth and ears, and my nose and my mouth, they get very sensitive. And when those fluff pieces gets in there, I'm just be foaming at the mouth and my nose is going to be itchy. So hopefully my nose will, acclimate to the hood really fast, so I don't want it to be uncomfortable. Again, first and foremost, this purchase is for practical purposes. Colored, I never waver. Rick had released these hood in many different colorways, but I had my eyes set on the black since day one. I could have easily compromised and get some other color much sooner for slightly cheaper, but I wanted the black. I wanted to blend with the rest of my closet, which is mostly black anyway, but it has become a bit more colorful. My closet has become a bit more colorful because of my Bodhi jackets, but I never waver. I wanted the black because practical. Black is just the easiest to wear. I don't want to worry about color clashing, so black, I put it on, it goes with everything. No adjustable strap or zipper or something at the bottom. So again, I want this to engulf my head. So I want to be able to burrow my head in there and keep it super deep in there. So I'm a bit concerned about the sizing, and if it is too big, right? If the hood is too big and there's a lot of hole between here and here, then it's not going to keep me warm. So it's a bit weird in that sense. So I'm hoping the material is going to be so thick and so warm that the holes that does happen between my neck area and the head area, I'm hoping the material will do the extra job of keeping my head warm. I wonder how structured it is. On one hand, I want it to be kind of floppy so it conforms to my head, but on the other hand, I want it structured for the aesthetic sake, and if it's structured enough, it will probably help against the elements. So I think this will be fairly flaccid, because it's just cashmere and wool. It's not going to be structured like nylon. So I'm a bit nervous with regard that I don't want it. I either want it to be super floppy or I want it to be super structured. I don't want it to be in between. So I'm excited, but more so nervous in this area, man. I'm really nervous about this purchase more than I thought. But it's an amazing hood. It's something I've wanted for so long. It's good, you know, when you're getting something and you're feeling nervous or a lot of nerves, a lot of excitement, it means you're getting something that you have a lot of emotional attachment to it or will have a lot of emotional attachment to it, which is good, you know. You don't want to buy stuff and think, oh shit, I forgot I ordered that. Okay, next. With regard to these in-betweens, if I haven't said it, I write these scripts like 5 minutes after I order them, and I'm still already impatiently waiting for the shipment confirmation so I can start the tracking, even though I know how long it's gonna take. So I will film the review soon, and then we'll see what I can do with this hood, because I really, really like it, and it's been in the back of my head for 2-3 years. Maybe I can do like a styling video, but I'm not a big fan of those videos because I don't know. We'll see what I can do with this hood. But I did spend a lot of money on this, so we'll see. I want to milk as much content as I can out of this. My name is Makasy. I will see you next week. Bye bye, Alex.